Okay, so here's my imitation of the Weber tree. Actually, I didn't try to make a Weber tree. I saw a spiral a couple years ago before the Weber tree that I thought was kind of cool. And then I saw the Weber tree last year like many of us did. And I thought I should try to make one of those. But I didn't want to make one so large as the way he did. I wanted something smaller because I already had my mega tree and I didn't really want to change that. So I decided to make these, and I actually made two of them. I made one where the strands went up at this angle. And then I made another one where the strands went up at the other angle. That way when they were at opposite ends of the yards, they looked like they were spinning in opposite directions of each other. Not necessary to do that, but that's what I wanted to do. Most guys use guidelines and they start at the top of their pole and they go down. You know, I commend them. They did a great job. The ones I saw this year of making the lines nice and clean and straight. I don't know how they were able to do that. I'm sure if we all try it, we could do that. But I wanted something where I knew what the lines could be, so I made this out of PVC. So you can see what I did is I put a bunch of 45 together to make the top. I attached them by using caps and screwed the caps into the ring I made at the top. To give it support, I made a midsection here. It goes around and gave it support. And then of course the bottom section, which is here. Each one of these is about 8.5 inches, as you can see. So I had a T and then 16 8.5 inch sections and then a 45, and I glued them together. As you can see there. And then I brought those up to here. And let me get the measurements of that. Well, as you can see, this is about 39 inches from this cross here. I had to use a cross here down to the T down here. These pieces are approximately 4 inches going into the cross and then into the 45. And as you can see, the top section here is also about 39 inches. You can make these any size you want. It's 7 feet overall, and I was able to get it out of my garage without much problems. You can make it in 8 feet, 9 feet. So let me show you how I decided on the coil that I call it, on the one I did. Just so happened I used light strands of 100, and I was able to wrap it around once from the top down to the bottom when I was first trying this, and then go back up the top. So basically it's really a light strand of 50 would go all the way around, but what I did is I doubled it up. I started at the bottom, I wrapped my way around to the top, flipped it over, and came back down to the bottom. So let me show you how I did it. Okay, so here's what I did. I started at the bottom. I wrapped the strands around the tree like this. I'll go slower so you don't get dizzy. Alright. To the top, I looped it and then brought it back down. To the bottom. So to make mine, you need to cut 16 pieces that are really 8 3/4 for the bottoms, 16 pieces that are 4 1/2 for the middle section here. Then you need to make 16 at 39 inches for these pieces that go up and down here. If you want to make it this size, you can adjust it to whatever size you want. You'll need 8 45s down at the bottom. You'll need 8 T's down at the bottom. You'll need 8 crosses in the middle section, 8 845s here. And for the top piece, you'll need 845s, as you can see here, and 8 caps, as you can see there, that I pushed it in with. Now, one of the things I didn't do and I thought about, with that hole in the opening there, you could actually put a globe in there or something. I was thinking about putting some kind of bulb or glass ball that I could put LEDs in and light it up too, or you could put a star coming out of it, or you know, whatever an angel if you wanted to, if you can make an angel small enough. Now, the one thing that I would recommend that I didn't do, not being so bright I didn't do it, is this is all glued together. So now I can't take it apart. What I would have done, or what I'm probably going to do now, is I'm going to cut here, and I'm going to put a coupling there, and I'm going to use that to screw it together. So I'm going to do that on either side, and down at the bottom. At the top, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I'll figure that out yet. I'll have to probably make a new one and make it so that I could screw it in these two here, so that I can take it apart, at least store it in halves. Of course, you could always just put the pieces together without any glue and just screw them in. I would say recommend putting these long pieces, the two 39-inch pieces in the cross together, so you could store those flat, and then maybe glue together the 45s and the 8.5-inch pieces, and glue together these 45s and their pieces, and then put them in and screw them together. Of course, PVC isn't always so easy to take apart once you push it together. So the screwing method, screwing it together may not be that easy, but I'd give it a try. You can also take some sandpaper and sand the end of the PVC pipe so that it goes into the coupling or to the 45 a little bit easier. That might make it easier to come out. But this is just something of how I'd made mine, and for the people that had asked about it.